Welcome back, Golden Family. I recently saw a restaurant down in California making birria ramen. Now, I know what you're thinking. This fool is back at it, butchering all types of ethnic dishes. But as you know, we always respect the authenticity of the dish, but sometimes we combine them to make something magical. I also want to preface this. We've already made birria tacos, and this is going to be the easiest way to make the best birria ramen. So if you're from the respected area of Jalisco, Mexico, or Japan in this instance, your food's amazing, and we're just going to be merging your two cuisines. We're going to be working with 3 different chilies here. We have the Ancho chili, chile de Arbol, which is kind of spicy, and guajillo. These chilies are what give birria a beautiful, unique taste, and they're just gonna be amazing with the ramen. And honestly, you could make tacos if you want to. And remember, I'm trying to make this as easy as possible, so the process of making birria is gonna be a little bit different. You can deseed the chilies if you'd like, but they've never given me any problems. And we're gonna steep the chilies in very hot water just to wake them up for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna be using a slow/pressure cooker to make this whole thing. Last time when I made birria, I made it in a lot more authentic way, but since I'm trying to make it as easy as possible for you to actually make, I'm sort of tending to every component of the dish separately, and then I'm gonna combine them all together until the meat falls apart like my life. For the sake of not wasting, I'm using a red onion, but you typically want to use a regular onion. I like to toast the garlic as well. With this, I added a little oil, and I'm gonna caramelize them with some tomato paste. Be patient, get a nice char. We need to pull all that beautiful flavor together. We've cooked out all that raw tomato paste flavor. I'm just gonna transfer these into a bowl. Now for the meat of choice today, you are not allowed to come for me. We're gonna be using beef short rib. Typically with authentic birria, they use goat meat, which I already did, but this beef short rib is very fatty. It cooks a little bit faster, and I feel like the ramen needs it because there's no Oaxaca cheese. These are cut Korean style, and they have this tiny little bone, which is gonna add so much flavor when it's cooking. Obviously, we're gonna pull out the bone and shred the meat. Just beautifully marbled like myself. To really maximize the flavor of the meat, I'm gonna get a nice little toast on both sides, but we're obviously not gonna cook them through. If the meat does not peel off by itself, it is not ready to flip. We're gonna let these rest and caramelize the rest. All of this is gonna be blended up into a beautiful puree that we're gonna top the short ribs that are gonna slowly pressure cook. We're gonna break down all those fibers, and then we're gonna shred it apart, and it's gonna be amazing. Garlic, onions, tomato paste, the awakened chilies, the water the chilies soaked in, white vinegar, and here we have an assortment of spices. This includes salt, pepper, paprika, oregano, coriander seed, thyme, and cumin. You thought we forgot the spices, huh? And since I'm a professional at adding calories for no reason, this is the fat that the short ribs cooked in. I'm gonna add it. I truly love you so much. Smells like I need a Latina in my life. All jokes aside, it smells amazing. That really wasn't a joke. All jokes aside, it's pungent and it smells so good. In a cheesecloth, I have some bay leaf, coriander, cloves, and a cinnamon stick. These are very strong in flavor, and I didn't want to blend them with everything else, so I'm gonna wrap them up like a nice little gift, and then we're just gonna tie it up. We're just gonna drop this into the slow cooker, and it's just gonna bless us with a beautiful aroma throughout the whole dish. I would also like to say is you could definitely do this without a slow cooker or a pressure cooker. On the birria recipe, I got everything boiling together, dropped it to a medium low, and let everything simmer for several hours. You want the meat to literally fall apart. I'll be fully honest, I don't usually use a slow cooker. It definitely does speed up the process. On top of our caramelized meat, we go in with this beautiful sauce. We want the meat to be fully submerged, so I just washed out the rest of the blender. I'm gonna add in a little bit more water. I truly wish you could smell this. This is just an Instapot. I'm gonna do the slow cooking method on the stew meat. The short ribs are pretty thin, so I think it'll be fine. I'm not very versatile with this device, but we'll be fine. We're gonna shut it up with the lid, cook it, and report back. And don't be an idiot like me, and don't forget your spicy tea bag.
You ain't never seen nobody do a haircut mid-recipe. Mid-recipe, we still getting fresh for y'all. Come on now.
Now that we are nice and tidy, we could proceed with the video. The meat's done cooking. I am very much excited for this. We're gonna pull out our bag of love. The bones literally fall off. We're gonna transfer this all to a bowl. Look how tender this meat is. It literally falls apart. Oh my, it's kind of hot, very hot, but it literally falls apart. As much as I want to get into it and just, you know, shred it apart with my hands, I literally do not need to. I'm just massaging it with the pair of tongs, and it's falling apart. This meat is to die for. While the meat just chills on the side, I'm just gonna hydrate it with a little bit of the consome. Well, it's not technically consome, but you know what I mean. Are you serious, bro? You know how excited I am for this? I'm gonna take the rest of it and dump it into a pot. If you have one of these ramen strainers, the longer the pot, the better, but we're gonna manage. We've worked so hard for this beautifully flavored, strong broth. Why don't we cook our ramen in it? It's gonna make the flavors this much better. Now, unfortunately enough, the ramen does not even fit into it. So we're gonna manage, we're gonna drop it in, and then once it starts, you know, loosening up, we're gonna put it into the strainer. Point is, I'm gonna skip this whole, you're not allowed to see me struggle right now, but cook your ramen inside the broth. You can entirely skip that step and cook the ramen just like a normal human being, or you could make it homemade. But again, my goal is for you to actually make this, so I try to make it as easy as possible. Plus, if we're being fully honest, I'm not trying to make ramen from scratch. That's for later. This smells ridiculous, like insane. See, now a lot of you might really want to punch me in the face right now, which I totally don't blame you for, but this is such a good, fun change of pace, and it's so delicious. You cannot tell me this does not look delicious. Look at the color on that. Like, I should have probably cooked the ramen by itself. We're gonna toss on our beautiful, tender beef. Imagine plating ramen and putting the beef in the middle. Honestly, I would want to punch me in the face too. I heard some cilantro makes it healthy too. This egg was cooked to utter perfection. And then obviously we finished this off with some lime juice, and now we have final product. Now I know what you're thinking, this guy has completely lost his mind, but you will not regret it, I promise. And we're about to try it, and we're gonna give you an honest review. Obviously I'm gonna say it's good, because it looks crazy. I'll be fully honest, I'm left-handed, I do not know how to use chopsticks with my right. So we're gonna grab, this thing's so hot. And as always, now bismillah. Wow. That is ridiculous. Holy. You could literally eat the beef short rib on like anything, but the spiciness, the depth of flavor, perfect salt levels, the noodles cooked with the ramen, it's crazy. Like, I'm not even joking. This is a Japan-Mexico collab that needs to happen. That's splendid. Like, that, I'm not joking, that's so good. That's so, like, I'm not the camera, right? That shit is delicious. And there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in into one of my favorite recipes I've ever made. This was truly a game changer. Well, like, seriously, it's so good. Like, I can't even talk. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Literally, the like goes a long way. All right, so if you like the video, it really helps me out. Thank you so much for your constant support, and I will catch you all next time.